walk around, and he likes to tell me things. And whenever I begin to feel like I might be deranged, I remember there's a little shitty devil in my brain. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Who doesn't burn? Yeah, the kind who fights the good fight, not the kind you'll find fist a fucking coffin in the dirt. There's a god-awful shitty feeling of dread in my heart, and I can't seem to change my attitude, but I can change my shirt. Cause you know how actually at times that can be a good start, but not today. There's still a god-awful shitty feeling of dread in my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, what is that?
It's Chapman Radio.
I'm still swimming in what you said. Right here holding my breath. I've read and it's getting late. So why do I feel so
Welcome to Girls on Film with Chapman Radio.
Follow us on our socials at Girls on Film Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Girls on Film Radio. No filter, no boys, just two Dodge girls talking about the films that we want to talk about.
My chair fully just dropped a level. That was so unsettling, scary.
We don't have the crazy disco lights in the studio today either. I literally do not know what's going on. No one wants to be fun anymore.
Today, we left the house with literally 2 seconds to spare.
Yeah.
And yet, we are starting exactly on
time. Which we never do.
Which never happens. And that's why every time it does happen, we have to let you guys know.
We just want to let you know we made it here.
I know you guys are used to us starting like 5 minutes, 7 minutes in, but we are on the clock.
Yep.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. And if you are on the Chapman Radio staff, we are here. We are in attendance to our show.
Yeah, we're logged in.
We
We're
are ready to
signed
go.
in. Attendance is done.
How are you, Maddie?
How am I? I'm going. I'm going.
It's
I'm
going.
excited. I'm nervous. I'm on edge in every aspect of my life. School, internship, our trip,
Which
the
we
show.
will talk about.
Just everything in general. It's also exciting, but I feel like a lot is at stake.
I get it.
Right?
No,
it's
I
like
get it, girl.
exactly that.
Well, let's give the people the breaking news that they came to this episode to listen to. We're going to New York City tomorrow.
Yeah. So wait, is Florida considered the East Coast?
Correct.
So East Coast to West Coast to back to East Coast, but like the real East Coast.
Okay, Florida's the real East Coast. I'm also like on the coast, so I'm even more on the East Coast.
But when I don't think of snow East Coast.
Yeah, I know.
Florida.
You're thinking of like the top, the north.
Yeah. Sorry for my
Oopsies.
West Coast privilege, but
We are going to New York City. We fly out at 9:30 tomorrow.
yeah, red eye.
Layover in Georgia.
I think I've had one experience in Georgia, and that was a layover to go to Florida. I'm pretty sure, and I had like a little bite, a little nibble of some cornbread, and then I was out of there.
Oh, sounds great. And then we
So-
land in the NYC, the Big Apple.
Yeah,
At, like, 8 a.m..
It's LaGuardia, like the
LaGuardia.
high school,
Yeah,
like
that
Timothy
Timothée
Chalamet
Chalamet.
and Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
Yeah.
But we literally go tomorrow, and I have not packed. I barely know what outfits I'm wearing.
Yeah, you guys wish you could join the Girls on Film fashion show that's going to
Yep.
happen
I
tonight.
booked, my secretary actually booked Maddie from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock to do outfit planning.
You
so.
guys wish. That's like inside scoop.
Yeah, you'll
You
see
guys-
the Instagram photos, don't worry.
Yeah, you have to follow us Girls on Film Radio on Instagram. Maddie, Chloe, Isabella and Beth.
Yep, there we go. You'll have to see our Instagram pictures later. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have warm clothes and I have pieces that I know I'm supposed to wear or that I should wear because I need to be warm. It's supposed to snow on Saturday. I don't know. I'm not.
I'm just like, I'm so overwhelmed by all of the newness of it. I've never been to New York in general.
very
So this
exciting.
is like a lot. Yeah, it's very exciting. It's just like a lot in general.
Yes.
And then also the fact that we're going as like,
A group.
yeah, and like in attendance of something that's kind of a big deal.
I have been to New York City twice, but both times I went, it was not raining or cold.
It was not like this weather.
No,
When did
it was
you
like
go?
summer probably.
Oh, that's so cute too. I dream of also going in like warm weather. too.
So I'm also it'll be a new environment for me, but I'm very excited. We're doing so much and also so little while we're there, but we have like no time to do
Yeah.
anything. We have
But-
all of Thursday to do whatever, but we do have like a tour. We're gonna tour maybe Sirius XM studios.
Because we are real radio people.
Yeah, we
We're
do. This
real
is professional.
podcasters.
This is
I
professional.
know how to work the board. We know how to work the board.
I know how to record things.
And
We know how to
then-
stream on YouTube sometimes. So
Friday is kind of just like getting a little taste of the panels, of the conference.
If we were in high school, we would be getting our awards Friday night. But
yeah, but no, we're college girls. Saturday is the big day.
Saturday's the big day. We're gonna go party Friday night, and then Saturday we're gonna sweep all Chapman Radio awards, all 6 of the awards that we're nominated for. Everyone, we're gonna sweep them all, and then we're gonna go party hard on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So be ready.
And just so you guys know, not only is it IBS time, it's also Maddie and Lily birthday time trip.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's
Maddie's birthday's on Friday.
so it's just like it's genuinely the most overwhelming, like
It's a lot of things.
quick turnaround trip ever I've ever been on.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited because I wouldn't want to be doing it with anybody
Oh,
else.
that's scary.
Okay. But the thing is that Izzy and I are manifesting that we're not putting any pressure on this trip.
No, because we're
Because-
gonna come back next year. So it's
We're
fine.
gonna be back.
We're gonna be back in
So-
New York next year for IBS next year.
Yeah, what can we
Yeah,
say?
as long as we make our connecting flight back, because our connecting
Yeah.
flight back, our layover time is 28 minutes. So, thank you, Travis. Love you. Peace and love.
in Arizona.
In Arizona. Yep.
Woo! We're actually
Yeah.
ASU.
So we're
little Sun Devils.
actually going to be taking a bus back with the people from the Home Alone movie, like just how the mom did it, where she
Yeah.
hopped in that bus full of the band people, the singers.
It's gonna
and that
be
one guy?
road trip. Like this whole kind of trip is very much like bonding time.
Yeah.
It's giving very much like we're going to camp, and I'm so
Except
excited.
Travis said, "Don't talk to anyone
that
in
we
our
know-
group. Talk to everyone else but the people from Chapman Radio because
so that we can network, so we
Yeah.
can get to know other people.
it's not working."
But that's like scary. I don't know. I feel like I have low key imposter syndrome when it comes to doing this. I think it's also because they have not had this event happen in a really long time.
yeah, it's been
that they're
3 years.
putting a lot of pressure on this being like a great comeback.
Mhm.
That to be at the first one and it also being our first ever going as well is just like it's a lot. I'm
But
excited though.
New York City has other things. We can stress about that when the time comes. But New York
Yeah.
City is going to be a fun ride for me and Maddie. There's bagels. I need to get Maddie a New York City bagel.
yeah.
We need to go shopping. We need to do at least one touristy thing, and I vote the M&M store, but we can think
I
about
wanna
that.
go. I think just as a West Coast born and raised girl, romanticizing the East Coast is like what we're supposed to do.
Well, I did the opposite. I did the East
Yeah,
Coast.
because yeah. So it like this is just how it's supposed to unfold. I did an East Coast trip in middle school, but it was not the same
What was
thing.
a DC trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
went
it's
to-
like,
okay.
as an American citizen, I feel as if it is my obligation
To
to
go
just
to New York City.
to just go to the White House first.
I hope everyone loved our promo for this week. That took a lot of planning between me and Maddie, deciding who went on what body of the ladies from Sex and the City. I really
Yeah.
loved it. It really encompassed everything.
And if you
about New York.
haven't taken notice to the new rebranding,
Yeah.
for every season we have a new kind of color palette, a kind
Yeah.
of new layout.
Yeah.
And we, just for the record, acknowledge that we're trendsetters.
Yeah, we are the template. We are
the
the
template.
base. We are
We walked so
that everyone else could run.
Other girls can run, and that's all we're gonna say about
yeah.
that.
Yeah. When we come back next Tuesday, we'll be winners. So we'll literally
we'll debrief for you
We
guys.
will have the award on the table with us for next week's episode.
Look
Don't worry.
forward to
Don't
it.
fret. Follow us on Instagram if you don't already. Girls on Film Radio. Listen to our episodes, our past episodes, and this episode today, again, if you want to, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. What are we watching this week?
Actually, I think. What are you watching this week, Izzy? Because I'm not watching.
It's the same answer as it was last week. I'm watching Scandal. We were just talking about Washington, D.C. Scandal, it's like, this is what happened when I watch Criminal Minds. It's like, it takes a while for me to start a TV show. I don't remember if I said this last episode. It takes a while for me to start a TV show because I need to see enough fan edits. I need to see the cast. I need to know everything, a little bit
You need to
of
be
everything about the
convinced.
show to be convinced that I'm not just going to start it and then not like be invested. I need to know before going into it because a TV show is a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
Same thing with books. Like I need to know that I'm going to I need to know that I'm either going to like the book or hate the book to read the book, if that makes sense. So, like, hate watching something I could do. I saw so many fan edits of this show, and now I'm just so invested. It's just so good. I'm on season 3.
She's in her like one mom daytime TV era.
Okay, but hear me out. Shonda Rhimes is just brilliant.
Yeah,
She's just
She
good.
everything she touches ends
It's
up
beautiful.
being. It ends up being 10,000 seasons.
Yeah, no,
so
this is
good for her.
7 seasons long.
Yeah.
I'm on season 3. I just love. I don't know what it is. Like, I literally just love a political romance.
It's just a drama of it all.
I love political romance. I can show the camera because the camera's
please
here.
do.
This is not really. I guess it's a political romance. I just started this book. It's a chunky one. It's called The
good.
Priory of the Orange Tree, and it's fantasy, but it's also like kings, queens, politics, romance.
She has
within
2 first names.
politics.
Shannon, what is it?
Samantha Shannon.
Samantha Shannon. 2
I
first
think that's her.
names.
Yeah, Samantha Shannon. I guess she does have to.
She got that book when I was with her, and we went to Target.
Yeah, this is just, it's really ginormous, but again, it's like, I guess I would call this kind of political romance. Like,
It looks like 3 books in one.
it's only 800 pages. And then I said that to my teacher today, and he's like, well, that's still a lot. And I said,
is a
okay, yeah,
lot.
but a normal book is like There's like 200-page books, there's 400-page books, which are a lot of books, and then there's 800-page books. This is only like 2 books in a book, but it just looks like so much more.
But I just feel like that's like too much of a commitment. I feel like by the time you hit 200 pages, I'm like, okay, I'm over it. Let's move on.
I guess we can add this to the section, or the what is everyone watching reading this week, because this is what I'm reading. I'm also rereading Daisy Jones and the Six because, guys, the show comes out next week.
We should do... Wait, what day is it?
The 2nd, March 2nd.
What day of the week is that? Would that be too much
It's a
to
Thursday. Well, okay, we did want to do a fanfic, like, or we can do our book to movie adaptation, like, little discussion. We're just talking about our plans, guys.
Yeah, this is how it always is. That'd
Don't
be
mind.
so cute if we did, like, a live reaction.
Well, I will be watching the show over the weekend, so we'll...
Wait,
it comes out Thursday.
The whole thing?
The whole thing comes out Thursday.
I'm so scared.
So do you want to do... We can do a debrief. We'll talk about this later. Just, guys, Daisy Jones and the Six comes out next Thursday. Yeah.
Get acquainted. Get familiar.
I think maybe it's Friday. Whatever. Same thing. Just... I'm rereading the book. It's my favorite ever. What are you doing right now,
What
Maddie?
am I doing?
You want to tell people about your script? I feel like...
Well, first, I'm not really watching anything, and I'm not really, like...
She's watching me watch Scandal.
Yeah, and I'm not reading any books at the moment because I just, like, don't have the time.
She writes them.
That's
why.
I'm supposed to read a script for my internship tomorrow, but that's a tomorrow issue.
Mm-hmm.
That one's very interesting. It's environmental vibes. It's very cute, very informative. But I've been very busy, very intellectually and emotionally challenged in writing my feature.
She's in a feature screenwriting class.
Yeah.
Guys. Yeah, she's a screenwriting major. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Because Dodge doesn't have screenwriting anymore. It's writing for film and television.
But
so
she's one of the last. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been taking this class since the beginning of just like the year in general, sophomore year. So you guys have been hearing me talk and jab about my feature forever. Every day and every time I mention it, something changes in my plans, and that's what has happened. It's been derailed by my just really like lots of creativity. I'm just like
she just has so many ideas. She just like can't pick the right one.
Pick one. So that's what I've been struggling through. But it's like a
It'll
fun
all be
struggle.
okay.
Yeah, because
she explained it to us. It took her like an hour to give us the whole rundown today, but it was good because she thought of so many things.
Exactly, and ultimately, I'm the one in control, and I call the shots here. But not really watching or reading, but more making. I'm a creative, yeah. But
she's an entrepreneur. She's a creator.
Yeah.
She is a creative
That's why
mind.
New York is calling me. That's why New York is calling me.
You gotta bring your manuscript out in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah, I'm pitching
instead
to
of
everybody.
a mixtape, you're handing out your script.
My manuscript. I'm gonna be handing out my resume to everybody.
Oh, I guess I have a question for the group because I asked you and Zoe this earlier. I am now a graphic design minor, and I just love an Instagram account. I love an Instagram account. I have my Cold Brewed Reviews book review account that I post on, but I wanted to make an Instagram account where I post my graphic design stuff because I need to keep myself accountable, and I needed help coming up with a name. And the name I have right now, for people who
wait, don't say it because what if somebody takes it?
I took it already.
Okay, good.
So I have it, but I'm saying it could change. It is subject to change. I also have backup accounts that I can change the name to so that I can
save the original. Yeah.
My name right now is Hollywood.jpg. So like the JPEG, like when you save a file, you get it. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's funny.
It's
if you don't know
graphic
the
design
Hollywood reference in BoJack Horseman, the Hollywood sign, the D in Hollywood gets stolen. So for the whole show, it's Hollywood. That's my current name for the account right now. If anyone has any better ideas, please. We are creative. Me and Maddie are creative in some ways, but in others, we are not.
Like, why, as a society, have we put so much pressure on making
Instagram handles?
No, because I literally was just thinking about this. Remember early Instagram when nobody had usernames that were their name, and it was just like fun. Like how on TikTok, people's usernames are just like whatever fun things. Can we go back to that?
No,
I'm so over.
But it also makes me upset the accounts that have no followers and no posts and nothing. That have all the names I want. I just want Isabella Betts, but I can't have that anymore because someone has Isabella Betts. So I have to have Isabella N. Betts. And I was like, what's that N for?
Yeah.
Huh.
That. It's not that like her middle name starts with N or anything.
No, I know.
It's like it's another name. But to get us back on track, Isabella.
Like Funny Girl 85.
Yeah. What is
Funny
today's
that is
episode?
Wow. Well, before we get into it, if you don't follow us on Instagram, again, Follow us, Girls on Film Radio. Please do it. Hi. We love
you. We love your DMs. We love your comments. We love your likes.
Yes, we will be talking about our responses to our Instagram story in this episode. But this episode, we're going to be talking about all things New York City. We're talking about movies, shows, everything that could possibly happen in New York City. Hopefully get some inspiration on how to act, what to do, what to wear this weekend, and also come back to you next week with a full, I wrote down MLA formatted citations and a full essay on if these movies are truthful or not.
Yeah.
So if they're fake, we will let you know.
Before we get into the specific movies, shows, books, and things, what are some tropes you feel are we're gonna see in these? Like, no doubt,
we just
been
have a
seen.
list of things of different movies and shows. But yeah, I guess like a comment. I don't know.
Like, why do people always kiss in the rain in New York?
Well, the color red. But that's not really a trope. I'm contributing to that. I have a red coat that I'm bringing this weekend.
Everybody being rude and mean, which I guess they've taken that from
that's everywhere.
Yeah, reality. Everybody dressing like fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. What about just like Brooklyn accents, but like heavy?
Heavy, yeah.
Like I know that people. There's people in Brooklyn who have Brooklyn accents, but like
every part of New York is so gentrified that like not all of you could still have your accents because everybody that's living there are fully 20-somethings who are paying exuberant like rent
who moved
prices.
there from Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We see you.
We know you. We know
see
you.
What other like struggling artist with no
struggling
money.
artist.
That's like
But somehow like how in Sex and the City I was telling you.
full apartment, no.
Yeah, Carrie
problem.
literally is just like a little writer who has the smallest little part in some like magazine or
Gossip
newspaper.
column.
Yeah, gossip column. But she like is able to afford New York City rent by herself and buy Manolo Blahniks every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's literally not making sense.
Well, that's when I think about like New Girl. Not that New Girl's not set in New York City, but like that apartment, that flat.
Oh, the
like
loft.
characters in New York City will have apartments like that, and are on Broadway, which does not make you that much money if you're not the lead.
Izzy is very versed in like that.
I love Broadway. I was a theater kid. I can't help it. I keep up to date with the Broadway theatrics, the lore, get it because it's theater. I keep up because a lot of the times the people that are on Broadway or are Broadway stars or did Broadway when they were younger or did theater, whatever, are people in movies. Like we saw Knock at the Cabin. Jonathan Groff was on Broadway. He was also Kristoff in Frozen, but he was on Broadway with Leah Michele, who we'll talk about in Spring Awakening. So it's like all these things, like it's all connected. It's always connected.
I feel like, this kind of just is like getting into shows and whatever.
Go for it.
I was gonna say
We're getting into it, people. Get ready. Put your seatbelts on.
Fleischman is in trouble. Like people having nobody's in like a healthy relationship. I feel like and everybody's sleeping with each other or like they're already divorced or they're still together but like they literally hate each other. Like I feel like
there's something about like the bubble that is New York City that makes people crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Or maybe that's just, I guess a few people did it at first and then all the movies were like, we're going to make everyone crazy and hate each other.
I mean, because in contrast to us West Coast girlies, where it seems as if we have no, like, drive or no, like, I don't know.
It's so lax over here.
Yeah,
like, or at least the trope is that, like, California people are laid back and like chilling.
And like why does everybody this is me speaking as a non
Don't take all of this is satire. We are not being serious. Do not take this as an offense.
When
please.
people get coffee and it's always in that one little blue cup.
Okay, that's like a
real thing?
That's a real cup.
I don't know.
I have a pin of that cup, which I should put my pins on something. It's just like the New York City cup. It's like the Hercules cup.
Yeah.
It's the Lion King cup. It's like all the
fully just thought of.
It's just the cup because the cup.
Yeah.
Y'all know what the cup. It's like the blue cup with the Greek font on it.
Yeah.
Hercules. Yeah, that's not a trope. I just think there's like that.
It's just like I guess it's like the motifs and imagery that I associate with New York.
No, that makes sense.
Is like randomly that little cup.
Yeah, it's a coffee place. It's like called. It's like it starts with an A. It's like Athora or something. It's like a coffee place. That's where the cup is from. But like originally, I think, and then everyone just prints the cup because it's like not.
Because it's like a general thing that everybody knows.
We are happy to serve.
But all in all, any other like general just assumptions, thoughts of what you think the city? Well,
Again, I think it's like well, people are like, we were talking about this at our meeting yesterday for the traveling and stuff about the characters that are in Times Square, like the people dressed up as Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse and stuff. I feel like if you have a movie and your character runs through Times Square, those people are in it, but that's not like a trope. I just think.
And everybody's so chic, and everybody's is so.
No, because I'm going to be wearing a bunch of layers this weekend, and I'm not going to look cute, and there's going to be people that look cute. How are you doing that?
Yeah, I guess maybe they're just acclimated to it. Good for them, but
The first movie I have on this list is very funny to me. The Mortal Instruments City of Bones is set in New York City.
I'm not. I don't know anything.
Okay. For those who know, I think that church is real. Like that cathedral, Mortal Instruments Cathedral. Maddie, look it up so you can see it so that if we go by it, you know what it is. Maybe it's not. Nope. It's not real. I think it's actually in Barcelona. Maybe I'm just a liar. But the movie is set in New York City. I'm pretty sure. But that was just a weird thing. That's a fantasy thing that has nothing to do with reality. But there's demons and angels and monsters living in New York City, so beware.
But I think,
and they're not just in the subway.
And like it was chosen. Then I guess a thought is, then why would the author like choose New York City to be its?
I guess
like,
that's okay. Another thing that we can think about when we read all these is like, is the point of the story to? This is the same thing for movies set in LA. If it's not about movies or Broadway or something specific to New York City or LA, why are you setting your story there?
Exactly.
Is there a reason for your story to be set in the NYC?
I feel like, well, in the opposite route, I feel like a lot of like writers choose like LA to be a backdrop because of like the artificialness of it and that nobody is real.
Yeah.
Whereas people choose New York because it's so real and nobody
Hustling
has a filter and like
See, so we can think about that as we go. Nadi was very excited to put this on the list, and I was very excited, and I do have some things to say about this movie.
It isn't even my like I did not like it as much as I was hoping I would, even though we're fully Twinifers.
I know. The movie Not Okay, recent release, starring Zoe Deutsch, Dylan O'Brien.
Our bestie.
I might be. I guess this is like an outlier. I'm like one of the outliers. I kind of like this movie a lot, and I think it's because it's so satirical about media, like in social media, and just like not patriotism, activism, and I think it was so satirical that it was good.
I feel like for me, I was like literally just telling Izzy and Zoe this, is that when I'm writing, I hate putting any references to like technology or like phones or that sort of stuff, because I feel like
it dates it.
It dates it, like in the way that I'm not gonna put slay in a script or something, because I feel like even though it's like ironic and funny when I say it.
I just saw a movie on Hulu called Slayers.
See, it's like I can't, no, it feels so millennial to do it, but I feel like in this sense, the point of it is to like villainize social media and villainize phones and stuff, so they did it well in that sense. But I just, in general, it's not my favorite thing. And I did say that we're Twinifers, and it's because she does have blonde as well, and a little money piece.
I just think there could have been another director if it wasn't Quinn Shepard who directed it. They could have made it way too serious and like way too realistic, and the way that this was so camp just worked for me. I love satire, and I compared it to someone the other day I was talking about Not Okay with, and they were saying they don't like campy stuff like that. I said, well, watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. You'll feel the same energy where it's camp and it's fake and it's dumb and none of it makes sense.
Yeah. I just think that also, I think because it's so relevant and like so fresh that it's almost like takes me out of it because I see it on the day-to-day all the time.
I get it.
That it's like,
But you did dye your hair.
I did dye my hair, and this is a great, I feel like it very much illustrated millennial New York life in the 21st century.
I wrote down that it's the most, out of all these things, the most, not most accurate, but most modern depiction of like people in New York City.
Yeah.
It has all the tropes we just talked about.
And
also,
just as we said, that it seemed as if every other influencer, every other person who lives in New York City is a 20-something that's like somehow not struggling to get by, which makes no sense. But
because they have money.
And they're all social media people.
Oh, they
Or,
only
like-
make TikToks and they only walk around in fur coats and stuff.
Oh, literally will be me.
They're living the life.
But I mean, if you want just something fun and light, but also gets you thinking a little bit about your media consumption,
Not Okay is pretty good.
on Hulu.
Next, we have Sex in the City. I have not watched the show.
This is
Sorry,
my-
I used that for the promo. I'm just a liar.
This is my mom's favorite show. I grew up like just knowing it and like watching all of the movies with her and her friends. I bought her this box set for Christmas, and it has the whole original show on DVD, and it's like in this pink velvet little box. It's so cute.
I just never. I'm not gonna ever relate to the show, so it didn't make me feel,
feel
like I
like-
needed to watch it. I feel like that's a show for people that like can relate to the show. Like there's obviously some
Yeah.
shows that you watch as like an outsider, not relating to the characters, but like
I think it's, for me, it's the way of I just love seeing older women's opulence and like bouginess. And I feel like because it was early 2000s, it's I don't know, it's more endearing in a way.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to watch frickin' what's the show? Real Housewives right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they were the blueprint for that kind of genre of showing
get it.
women and being,
yeah.
you know, like affluent and those sort of things. But I loved just the chemistry between all the girls, even though it was not reality because they did not like each
Yeah.
other. But we don't care for the new reboot. It's like whatever,
That's fine.
irrelevant. But that's a classic New York
It is a
like
classic.
reference.
And another classic that is one of my favorite romance movies of all time, and I will have this, like, I will say this till the day I die. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Oh my God. I love Matthew McConaughey. Y'all know this already. But this movie is just everything to me. It's set in New York City, but it being in New York City, again, is like, I guess that's not really like the point of the movie. It's not that it's in New York City. She writes for a magazine. She has a very nice place.
Oh yeah, I feel like
she has money, but she writes for a women's like cosmopolitan type magazine.
like why is it always writers who are in New York?
well, it's her, but she's not like a. She wants to be like a real writer, but her.
Exactly, but it's like why are writers always in New York?
Well, they're also in LA. There's only 2 places for you to
But I
write.
feel like it's always
No, it is.
New York.
I just can't. It's such a good movie. But I understand where it's like, yeah, they're always in New York. I don't know. All the magazines are in New York, I guess,
I guess, yeah.
and also all the jewelry people or the advertising people are in New
Oh,
York.
yeah. We're changing that. The
Yeah.
West Coast is changing that.
Yeah, actually, people who do radio are in New York City now. So
Yeah.
the next 2 I don't care about.
They're just like mobster, classic Italian
Goodfellas and The
bros.
Godfather. Okay, fine.
Yeah, moving on.
I like Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a really good movie.
But
I just don't need to talk about. I just talk about it. Other people can talk about it.
yeah, I don't.
That's not what we're here for. It's not feminism.
Yeah, it's not relevant to us.
Yeah.
In our indulging in New York.
But American Psycho is.
Okay, yeah. See the way that I said, I love just seeing opulence.
Yeah,
in
actually, there's writers, radio people, and murderers in New York City.
and
It's
murders
crazy.
and just like people with the biggest, fattest egos of all
Yeah.
time. It's
So-
literally a classic, babe. And I know that the internet has totally fucking like ran with it and
Yeah.
kind of made a whole fool of it, which is like that was the point.
Yeah.
But
It's
I mean,
just
Christian
good.
Bale was
Like, it's
actually so
just
terrifyingly
good.
perfect in
Like,
it.
it's just good. I don't know what you want me to say. And it's like, again, I guess that's a movie that doesn't need to be in New York, but like Dorcia's feels better.
No, but it could not have been set in LA though.
No, it could not.
It could not have.
Because it's like the close proximity, the apartments.
There's no
the-
mystique in LA. Everything is exposed in LA all of the time. Whereas New York, because it's so jam packed with stuff, with people, all
That's
these
so
things.
metaphorical now that I think about it. Where it's like
Right?
LA's such an open concept, like sprawling city, and New York is just
Yeah.
tall, blocky, compact, and just like I don't
People
know.
hiding in the corners all
Oh
the
my
time.
God, Maddie, you're like literally such a screenwriter.
I
It's
know,
insane.
I know.
It's crazy. Next I have Rent. I know you don't like musicals. I'm sorry. I don't know. What to,
I
don't know
feel
what
like
you want me
I've
to
heard
say.
of this.
You feel like you've
before.
heard it. You've never heard. What do you know about Rent? Don't
Wait,
look
is
it
this
up.
the
Don't
one?
look it up.
Is Rosario Dawson?
Yes.
Okay, then I do know.
Okay. Rent is me and one of my dad's favorite like musicals. He loves the song "Light My Candle." It's so good. Great
Is that the
song.
one where it says like the long ass the days?
Yeah, 500. That's where. Yeah. So your Glee origins. That's where it's from.
Yes, yeah, I know
yeah.
some things.
Yeah.
Not much.
Spoiler alert. It's because one character dies, and then we'll tell you why. Because you should probably watch it.
I feel
and
like
that's how
everybody
long they
knows it.
lived. For it. 525,600 minutes.
Oh, it's in minutes?
525,000 pounds so dear. What about love? You're welcome. That was
Wow,
a
that was
performance
really
of the
good.
century. Okay, this movie. next. What do you think about this? When Harry Met Sally.
Okay, did we not talk about this?
We did.
Last
We talked
episode?
about it. No, did we?
I think we definitely did.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you literally said that,
Oops.
and that.
Oops, sorry.
I think you were talking about the fact that if the whole movie is supposed to prove,
I did.
Yeah. So if you want to hear Izzy's thoughts on when
Listen to the last episode.
Yeah.
We want, but New York City, it's a New York City. So
that
if you
freaking
want,
deli is like iconic.
Yeah.
Now has a full like arrow pointing exactly at the table where they sat.
yeah. So if you care for that movie, it's in New York City. You can go visit the place.
Yeah, and I feel like for every maybe it's the whole thing where like is it like a rectangle is always a square, but a square isn't always
a square is always a rectangle, but a rectangle is not always a square.
I feel like anything that's kind of set in LA could be put in New York, but not everything that is set in New York can be put in LA.
Well, yeah, because you can make movies in New York too.
Well, I'm just saying, like, plot-wise,
Yeah.
I feel like...
I just don't like this movie, and I could talk about it for hours about how I don't like this movie.
Ooh.
I could do a whole episode on movies I don't like. Did we do that already?
No, that's funny. We should do that.
I think we maybe did. Maybe we did.
That should be an April Fool's episode.
Hate these movies. Next time, Do the Right Thing. I watched this in what is it, film analysis?
I liked
Film
it a
history.
lot.
I liked it. It was fun.
It
I don't really
was-
remember
It's very
a lot of it, but
lightning and...
it just has pizza. Pizza shop, and that is very New York City to me.
And Spike Lee has such, like, specific style of filmmaking that is so fun to watch. But it's always going to provide you with insight on something about the American, like, just the American
American
experience
culture,
and American culture from his perspective as a black man, which is so great. And it's a
a-
classic for a
it is a
reason.
classic.
This is why we're still watching it in film school now. I mean, I think they literally changed the street where they like filmed it on to be Do the Right Thing Street or something,
That's kind of smart.
which is so awesome.
I have a few random things here, but I kind of want to talk about Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we do talk about this every single episode.
Um,
It is in New York City. It could not be set in any other city, I don't think, because the whole thing about Spider-Man is that he swings from the buildings. Sorry,
Yeah.
other states.
because you cannot imagine. See, this is the thing: is that you cannot imagine the Avengers being fucking set in LA.
No.
That's so embarrassing.
Wait, where's Iron Man's house?
I think it's in New York.
No, it's Man Live.
It fully has, or is he in? Like,
Oh, no, he does.
It's like an upstate
Stark
New York.
Tower upstate.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is that even in New York, they have their own like
Yeah.
environmental sprawling like
Yeah.
outside thing.
But
Whereas like imagining that in LA is so embarrassing.
But yeah, again, it's like neighborhood Spider-Man. It's like the neighborhood is New York City, I guess.
So Boy Next Door, love it. Oh my god. Just like thinking about classic when Tom Holland was just like announced to be part of the MCU, it fully changed the trajectory of my life.
no,
babe.
it
Civil
really did.
War fully changed my life.
and now they're
babe.
making a Spider-Man Spider-Verse spin-off with Nicolas Cage's character, the Spider-Man noir. It's like a noir.
They
crime
said,
series.
yeah, John Mulaney, you're done.
You're
Spider
done.
Pig, you're done. Even though I fully have a shirt of him, which is one of the best things I own, he's done and canceled.
The next one on this list is one that we said we weren't going to talk about because it's negative. We have negative feelings about it.
Oh, yeah.
Rainy Day in New York.
Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Correct.
The only thing I know about this movie, I'd never seen it.
I haven't
Timothy
either.
Chalamet and Selena Gomez in a romance movie
Oh,
together.
Elle Fanning, Jude Law.
Jude Law is in it.
How do you say his
Liev
name?
Schreiber?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Why
I
is it-
guess Woody Allen can really get anyone.
Suki Waterhouse.
Oh my
What
goodness,
is
Suki can. All
happening?
these people can do better. All I know is I saw a video of Woody Allen directing Timothy Chalamet in a scene, and Timothy makes like a face that's like, ugh, like towards Woody Allen, and I'm assuming he just did the job to do the job, as one would do. But now Timmy can pick and choose what he wants to do, so good for him. That movie just has bad juju vibes for me.
It just has and it's so unfortunate too because it has all of Hollywood's like favorite just young people. Oh, but it's just been tainted as it rightfully should be. No, don't watch it. Just Google it, read
about why you shouldn't watch it.
Yeah, and then that's where
Come
you're gonna
back to us.
acknowledge it.
I could talk about West Side Story. I do have
know.
a tattoo about West Side Story.
She does.
But I love West Side Story. That's also set in New York City. Duh. It's so good. The old one is good and the new one's good. If you don't think about Ansel Elgort, any romance movie ever is based on Romeo and Juliet. And every movie about romance about two people who can't be together set in New York City is based on West Side Story. So just think about that when you're watching
yeah.
movies. every movie is based on West Side Story and Romeo and Juliet. So just think about that when you like a movie. Just giving the credit where it's due.
But then, wait, did you already say something about Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Oh. Me zoning out right now.
Romeo and Juliet, everything's based on that. Shakespeare stole it, whatever. Yada, yada, yada. New York City's cool. West Side Story, love it.
Okay, within the rest of the list.
Have you never seen?
No. I was just going to mention.
Maddie's not seen any of these movies.
No, I added at the bottom fully Percy Jackson.
Oh,
because
wait,
like.
that's so true.
Right? Because it was the conversation of us about the cups. And then you were talking about how
God,
it's
you're
like.
so
That
right.
I was like, how could we not have this on the list? That's literally.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, and now we're going to have even more content probably at the end of this year, Percy Jackson. That's going to be so good.
No, you're prepared to be sick of us. Prepare to be sick
you
of
thought
us.
I'm going to be sick with Daisy Jones in the 6th. I'm going to be a terrible menace, and then I'm going to be a terrible menace when Percy Jackson comes out. Have you seen Moonstruck?
Let me look it up again.
With Nicolas Cage and Cher. Very underrated movie. I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
It's
I've
stupid.
heard of
It's
it. I've
dumb.
never
It doesn't
watched
make
it, though.
sense. My parents told me to watch it because I was on a Nicolas Cage kick.
I love her. She is so.
She's very funny in this
cunty.
movie, and
She
her
is-
hair's really good in this movie. If
She's
you look at her hair.
literally the best. She's like. I have no words. My mom already knows how much I love Cher and how like amazing she is.
I just think like this movie is like depicts New York bread, like just bread, like the food and like bakeries and stuff. Well,
interesting. That literally compared to looking at it, I would not have suspected
like
that
Nicolas
at
Cage
all.
bakes bread. That's his
So he's a
job.
baker.
He also doesn't have one hand. He has a wooden hand. It's crazy. He's like, I guess he's a baker, but he's like in the tunnels baking. You know,
Tunnels? What tunnels?
like he's under the restaurant. He's not like in the bakery. He's under in the furnace.
saying.
He's
I
the furnace
see.
guy. He's
Okay.
sweaty and gross.
I'm like, I literally could not have gotten that from
No,
the
that's fine.
poster
That's
because
fine.
Cher's in front of the moon.
What other of these movies do you want to talk about? Because we do have shows to go over also.
Have
Have you seen Cloverfield? The found footage one?
It's a horror movie. Isn't
Yeah.
there Cloverfield Lane too?
There, Cloverfield Lane, Cloverfield Paradox. Cloverfield Paradox was bad.
I've
Cloverfield
not
Lane
seen
is
this.
good. Cloverfield is the original Cloverfield movie. It's about these college students are having a party and they're like recording it on their camcorder, and then like aliens come down to Earth, and it's like
Wait,
all-
Cloverfield Lane is about aliens?
No, yes. But Cloverfield is about aliens for sure coming down on New York City, and like it's found footage. Cloverfield Lane is the girl wakes up in like a man's bunker, and the man is like, I saved you. Outside is bad. Like the air is bad. Don't go outside. And she's like, okay. But like she's in this bunker with this random guy, and he's creepy, and he has like a pit of acid somewhere on the back. At the end of the movie, you do realize there is aliens, and she's not like the man's not crazy.
Yeah.
But there is aliens outside. It's just this crazy thing. And then the Cloverfield Paradox was something about space, and it was bad. So
I remember this coming out, and I thought that it was like it was not sci-fi.
well, the second one wasn't marketed as sci-fi.
Interesting.
Because it's like the very end of the movie you get the
Oh,
aliens.
but
Because it's like all about the man
and the
taking the girl captive, thinking there's aliens outside. I'm trying to think of a
That's
like
actually
a,
a really great.
I'm trying to think of a different it's just like Knock at the Cabin. It's just like Knock at the Cabin, where it's like
Oh.
the people are in a situation where someone tells them that there's something wrong outside,
you
but they
don't
have
know
no
where to
proof
believe
of the
them.
thing outside.
I understand.
Only the person inside is the one to So I guess that's a really good comparison. Thank you. Good job. Izzy.
Yeah, good
Pat on
job.
the back. Jeez.
Uh,
My dad would kill me if I didn't mention Uncut Gems.
Uncut
Gems.
Gems.
We should find the jewelry store that it's set at.
Wait, I have
If we see the Safdie brothers in Uncut Gems,
no, if I
in New York
see
City-
I Spy.
Wait,
I'm
is
gonna-
Good Time also set?
I
in New
was
York
just gonna dead ass. I opened a new page to literally look that up. Dead ass. I feel like it has to be
City? Good Time, New York City.
No, fully. Wait, my review for Good Time on Letterboxd was so funny. I feel like wait.
Well, I'm also gonna look at my Letterboxd review. Yeah, it is New York.
Good Time is a Safdie brother. Jesus Christ. Was the Safdie brother film that predated Uncut Gems, starring
Is it
Robert
A24?
Pattinson. I think. Oh,
It's like the epitome of like indie film, but like with one big star in it.
yeah. It's like Robert Pattinson tries to get his brother out of prison. Who, didn't he have?
I think he's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So,
and-
but it's one of the Safdie brothers is the actor who also directed it. So
yeah, and then so he's trying to navigate avoiding the police, but then also keeping them on track with their mission. And then it's all in the nighttime, and they like end up in an amusement park.
and Robert Pattinson has bleached hair. My
Yeah.
review is zooming, lightning, colors, drugs, running, anxiety, loud music, Robert Pattinson's
Wait,
big
how do
chair.
I look at my review again?
Click the movie. Go
Oh,
to
wait.
under this thing. Click
Yeah.
this. Or don't click that. Go to reviews and then click you.
Wait, bro, literally.
Reviews, middle, and then you. Sorry, everyone, we're on
Wait.
Letterboxd. We're Letterboxd
Yeah.
girlies. I think we're gonna make a
Oh.
Girls on Film Letterboxd account. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh, I said the rumbling in my bathroom at the peak of night was just Robert taking my hair dye,
Oh my god, that was a weird plot
which
point.
is fully me.
That was a weird. No, but
Yeah.
the weird plot went with the younger girl. Whatever. I
Yeah.
can't. We're not gonna get into that right now. That's not about New York City. It's about New York City. There's a lot of bank robbers.
fully
Apparently.
emphasizing again the like mystique and mystery that the night in New York. It's just like different than any other point in time in any other location ever.
I mean, we could talk about Funny Girl.
You have to.
Funny Girl, I can't
Give
even explain
context.
Funny Girl. Funny Girl's a musical. It's good. It was good, and then they put it on Broadway or a revival on Broadway with Beanie Feldstein. I love Beanie Feldstein. Booksmart all the way. 100% love that movie. But then people were hating on Beanie Feldstein. I don't know why. And
Ew.
then they replaced her. They cut her contract in half. She only did like 6 months, or not even 6 months, like some short amount of time. Put Leah Michele from Glee on it. My mom was asking why I had a picture of the girl from Glee on the poster. It's because she replaced Beanie Feldstein. And it was the controversy that I remember surrounding it was that when Beanie Feldstein was in the red dress that she wears at the end of the show, it's much more like covering her
Yeah.
boobs, covering her arms. It's like not a really revealing outfit. And then as soon as Leah Michele, who's a little bit smaller and
Yeah.
a little bit thinner than Beanie Feldstein, went on Broadway, the outfit was completely changed and like showed more of her boobs and more of her arms and more of her legs. And it like, I don't know, that was controversy because it's like, what? Why are you changing the costume now? Thank you for your help, I guess. But I don't, like, that was a controversy I heard about. I just don't care for Leah Michele at all. And I don't care for people bullying people on Broadway when clearly Beanie Feldstein was meant to be in that role.
And I think it was also that in Glee, it was Rachel Berry's dream
Oh,
to
that was
be
so
in the
weird.
Funny Girl revival.
Yeah.
So it was like
Oh, Barbara Streisand played the girl, Funny Girl, what is her name?
Fanny
Price.
Yeah.
Bryce, whatever, in the movie.
Yeah, so
I
it's
could talk
just
about it
like
for days.
it's a really weird coincidence, just the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a conversation to be had about fat phobia, about privilege, about all these different things, blah blah blah, buccal fat, whatever. But that's why specifically Leah Michele is in the red.
yeah, and we would go
on the
see her this
promo.
weekend, but she's not going to be here this weekend.
So it's like literally, if you're not going to be working the show, then like why is there controversy?
Yeah, but the girl who's her understudy is spectacular. Our Instagram recommendations from our audiences for movies set in New York City include Cheetah Girls, Enchanted, Whiplash,
That's a good one.
Elf, of course, Shannon, and Night at the Museum, which I didn't even think about being
That's
set
a
in New York
great
City
one.
because it is set in a museum that is in New York City. Great movie.
I think that Whiplash, I love that. Is Black Swan?
That could be set in L.A.
No, but I think the struggling artist thing.
Well, that could be set in.
But like, isn't Berkeley in New York?
correct.
Yeah. See, it's.
But I'm saying, like, I think it
the
could be
music-
it could be USC
No, but I feel like it would be different.
or
if
UC
he was-
Berkeley.
No, well, I feel like if he was trying to make it as like a musician, not a classical musician.
Oh, and jazz is New York City. But
Yeah.
see, Ryan Gosling's jazz, LA jazz. So
I never watched it, so
her and her musicals, I just can't.
I just can't. But my mom has been texting me through the whole show about when talking about shows. She wants me to mention you. Never watched it.
Me neither. I watched
Sorry,
part
Mom.
of the first half of the first season. I know we're on 4 seasons now. I know Penn Badgley's in it. I know that he's a murderer.
I just think I don't like the concept. I think it's kind of
I don't. I love a narration, but I don't like a narration over top of everything where your main character barely speaks and is only the narration. If that
Wasn't
makes sense.
his character Gossip Girl?
Yes,
See, it's like
he was A. I don't know. Is that the Gossip
No,
Girl's
that's
A?
Pretty Little
Oh,
Liars.
sorry. I know nothing. Don't
Yeah.
don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
I never watched it. I'm so sorry, Mom. But I know that there's a cult following.
There is.
The people who love you.
I just watched a clip of Drew Barrymore on her show. Her co-host put her blindfolded her, put her in the glass box. Have you seen the glass box? The first. He runs a bookstore, but
Yeah.
in the basement of the bookstore, there's like that glass box that keeps all the rare books in it, so that if there's a fire, the
They
rare books are
won't-
saved, or if there's like different air conditioning.
Yeah.
But he traps people in there, and so Drew
what?
Barrymore loves you, and so her co-host trapped or made a fake box, like glass box book holder
put
thing,
her in
put her
there?
in it, and then Penn Badgley got invited on the show and was outside and gave her
That feels
disinfectant spray or something. It was weird.
weird. I don't know. I just like I don't.
I understand the appeal, but like
I also.
I understand the wanting to liking the killer. Like I get that. Like
No,
I
I
understand
don't like
Dexter.
that
I get
part.
that. I get it.
I
understand.
don't know. Anyways, shows.
I wrote literally any crime procedural show is set in your like.
true.
And is it NCIS is whatever. All of those. Law and
Criminal
Order.
Minds. They're
Criminal
always flying
They're
out there.
always there's
Wheels
always,
Up in 30.
There's always something in New York City and there's always something in Florida. So
Oh yeah, and it's always a freaking beach with like a 20-year-old.
yeah, so it's the cutscene at the beginning is always on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, and then somebody sees somebody washed up.
My mom said she's watching You season 4. Since when?
Wow, I
What is
guess
going
it's popular
on?
with the moms of Girls on Film.
I guess I just don't. I don't
Um,
know. Okay, I have Jessie.
That's a classic.
I mean, if you haven't watched Jessie.
Woo,
Hey, Jessie. When my whole world is changing,
trying to
turning
think.
around.
Oh no, that's not.
What?
Well, I had mentioned prior. Fleshman is in Trouble. That's on
Yeah.
Hulu. That one's pretty good.
This one I haven't talked about. Smash. I know you don't like musicals, but I feel like you would like Smash. Smash is a 2-season musical about people in New York City putting on a musical about Marilyn Monroe. And
Interesting.
we need to put Marilyn Monroe to rest, but this show was everything to me.
Where was this on?
All the Broadway girlies who are listening from Hometown, from Dreyfus, all my girls from high school, you know Smash. I saw the one lady, Catherine something, I think, on Broadway. The show was great. It's about
Catherine
two girls.
McPhee?
Catherine McPhee. Their two main girls are competing to be Marilyn Monroe on Broadway, and so that's like the drama
I've
of the
never
show.
heard of it. Like, where was it on? Was it like a daytime show?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was really a cultural reset. Every theater kid aspires to something like that. I also wrote Friends,
Yeah, I've never watched. I don't care.
and then I
sorry.
also wrote Gossip Girl plus the remake. Don't care either. But
Oh, Carrie Diaries. That one literally changed my
Oh,
life. You've never
good
watched it, which is so embarrassing. Me, Zoe, and Paige.
I'm sorry, they were talking about it and they were acting like I was best friends with Austin Butler and like would have
No,
watched the
because
show.
I
Like,
think
I'm
everybody just
not.
rides his hoo-ha because of Elvis.
Yeah.
That now I think
I'm not riding his hoo-ha. I think he was good in Elvis. I just think I don't know.
I'm just like over him, but he was the most attractive man I've ever seen in my life in the Carrie Diaries.
I know
That's
that,
on that.
to me, him and the girl in the Carrie Diaries reminds me of that Cloud 9 movie.
Don't know what that is.
Oh, dang it,
Is
really?
it? Wait. Is
It's with
it?
Luke Benward, my favorite.
Is it snowboarding?
Correct.
Okay.
I don't
then
know why those two feel like the same thing to me, but I just don't care for what's her name. My friend from high school looks exactly like that one, the blonde girl. What's her name? Soul Surfer. Her.
Oh, Anna Sophia Robb.
Correct. My friend Juliet from high school
She's so
looks
cute.
like Anna Sophia Robb.
Why don't you like
I
her?
just, I'm not going to
She's
watch
so-
a show about a girl complaining when I know that everyone tells me that show has plot holes in it.
Wait, which one?
The Carrie Diaries. Everyone says that show has like a gajillion plot holes.
Well, if there's eye candy and if the characters are cute, then like.
Yeah, are we watching the show for the plot or are we watching the show for the characters?
Well, I just think that she's so endearing and like I like that. Actually, I don't know. It's just good, and I really liked it when I was like in middle school.
Is there anything else we would need to mention to end off this episode?
That was like a lot, and I think it's just because I'm so overwhelmed by the thought of going on
Yeah.
this trip that I can't even handle
Yeah.
even barely talking about it.
Yeah, everything will be okay.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Bye-bye. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to our All Things New York City episode. We will be in New York City in the morning of Thursday.
Literally in 24 hours, we're gonna be packing
Oh, because we will have to be in the airport. We will have to be
at the
in
airport.
a car on our way to the airport.
In like
25 hours.
Yeah.
So, pray for us.
We're gonna try
Please.
and update our story as if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
we're
our
gonna be vlogging. No, we
vlog.
will. Yep.
So I'm sorry if I don't respond to texts.
Yeah,
it's just
I have
gonna
too
be
much
like
going on.
check the story.
Yeah, I
and
have
then
too much
that's-
going on.
That'll satisfy.
I'm
all
too
my
busy being
updates.
an influencer.
Yeah,
so.
sorry. Girls on Film Radio manifest. Chapman Radio sweep.
Yeah, we're gonna be comeback winners.
We
So thank you guys.
love and appreciate all of your support always.
Mhm.
Girls on Film Radio,
Mhm.
Instagram,
Mhm.
chapmanradio.live to check out our past streams.
Yeah.
Find our episode recordings wherever you stream your podcasts,
Uh-huh.
Spotify, Apple Music. Have a great week.
Yep.
Love and kisses. Love and kisses.
Love and kisses. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Bye.
people.
whisper soft porcelain.